Hey friend, welcome to today's episode. We are talking about fall refreshes as we move into the final phase of the year. I'm so glad you are here. Real quick, before we dive into today's episode, we have the 30-day Empowered Eating Bootcamp that is on sale for you. Now, if you have not seen this bootcamp, you definitely want to check it out. We have 4 weeks of action-packed, resourceful, environment-shifting information for you. The goal of this bootcamp is to set your environment up for success so that you can be an empowered eater. We hit your pantry. I will look at your supplements and send you customized recommendations. I even have a friend coming into this bootcamp and offering a free 30-minute fashion and closet refresh consult to you so you can get your closet cleaned up to feel empowered in the body you are already in. A part of this bootcamp also involves a 30-minute session with me so that we can go over your goals and your next steps. It is really your one-stop shop for kickstarting your fall, getting yourself ready for the end of the year. That is on sale for you just this month, so through the end of September. That free 30-minute fashion consult with Nicole Russo, valued at $97, is also only available to those who join the program before the end of September. My friend, I cannot wait to see you in there. It is going to set you up, and I know this episode is going to get you excited and get you already moving so that when you join that bootcamp, you hit the ground running. We are all going to enter the fall super pumped, super empowered, and this is not going to be a holiday season that sets us back. It's actually going to be one that propels us forward. You guys ready for it? All right, let's dive in. Hey, I am Jess, and I'm obsessed with all things nutrition, science, and helping you navigate this information while maintaining a deep sense of peace and empowerment in your body. I'm a registered dietitian who started out with an eating disorder and then fell in love with learning about how God intricately designed our bodies to be resilient and so much more than superficially beautiful. I am now a mama who loves to be healthy, not because of how it makes me look, but because of how it has transformed the energy I can give to my family, my friends, and you. On this show, we hit on real talk around the latest nutrition science and body image resiliency, all while balancing it between grit and grace. Think of this as your weekly audio coffee to encourage your empowered eating journey. This is the Fuel Her Awesome podcast. Hey friend, I'm so glad you're here today. Happy fall, or at least almost, kind of depending on what part of the world you live in. But, as we come into this next season, I just think it's such a great time to refresh what we're doing and refocus so that we can finish the year strong. One of the coolest things I heard a few years back was on Rachel Hollis's podcast. She was married at the time, and her husband did this 90 days of intentionality as they ended the year out. And I just loved this idea of finishing the year with the same amount of intentionality that we started the year with, because so often we come into this season and we miss a lot of the opportunities that are available for us to just refresh, reset, and end on a high instead of end on this feeling of defeat and kind of like putting it all until New Year's, which, as we know, like those New Year's goals don't fix and save us. So the best thing we can do for ourselves is actually start now. And in honor of that, I thought we'd do a little fall refresh. Now, as we enter this season, I always seem to notice there's a few different types of fall people. There are people like me that as soon as Trader Joe's releases the pumpkin stuff, we are there with our bags and our credit cards ready to load it up. I get so excited this time of year, but now I know not everybody shares this level of enthusiasm for fall. And I know this because I live with a few of those people. As I pull all the pumpkins out at the end of August, my boys are like, "Mama, it is still 90 degrees outside." And in my head, I'm going, yes, but this is me calling fall in. If we put the pumpkins up, the cold weather will come. But I know not everybody, again, shares this enthusiasm. And I was so humbly reminded of this because sometimes I'll do the announcements at our church on Sunday. And this past Sunday, I was doing them with one of the pastors, and it just so happened that when we got up on stage, we were color coordinated in fall attire. And so, of course, we talked about it, and we were kind of joking about how we had these fall vibes. And then he asked the audience, like, how many men pumpkin spice? And, like literally 2 out of 300 people raised their hands. And then I said, how many of you ladies like to pumpkin spice? And to my surprise, very few people responded. And then I asked another question. I said, well, how many of you feel like it's too early to pumpkin spice? And like the whole audience raised their hand. So I was like, okay, I am one of the crazies, but I think no matter where you fall on the fall enthusiasm spectrum, we all appreciate the shift in season. And just like in spring, when we do spring cleaning and we refresh as we go into the summer, I think fall is a really great opportunity to do the same. So in today's episode, we are going to be hitting on ways to refresh your fuel or your food as we go into the fall. And I also have a special guest for you, Nicole Russo. She was actually on the show a few months ago. She's actually a stylist in New York City, and her and I just had a blast talking about the benefits of dressing the body you are in. And I thought, like, let's do it again for the fall, because now we transition to sweaters and jackets and layers, and it's so fun to make this transition. But I know when I'm left to my own devices, like sometimes I walk out and I have a sweater and a scarf and baggy jeans and a jacket, and like I look like I'm carrying my entire closet on my shoulders. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to reach out to the professionals and let's get some professional help here on the show. So we're going to be talking about ways to refresh your closet, and it's going to be really fun. So I'm glad you're here. And as we go through this episode, I want you to just think about how you want to refresh your kitchen and your closet so that you can also end this year strong and feeling like it was a really, really good year and setting yourself up for an awesome 2025. Because, you know, I am of the mindset that every year we get is a blessing. I'm so over this like getting older sucks jargon. I think getting older is amazing, and we really embrace it when we're intentional. So let's do that together. Sound awesome? Okay, let's do it. So let's start with the fuel or the food aspect. So before I did this for myself, the very first thing I did was I revisited my January goals and my January vision board. So as I looked at some of the goals that had been set, the first thing I did was take a minute to celebrate and just feel the sense of accomplishment in the things that I have been able to do thus far. This year has been a wild year for me. If you've been following along, you know that I left my full-time job. It was a job that I really loved with people I really love. It was a major chapter in my life where I had been there for, I think it was like 13 years. Yeah, a little over 13 years. So closing that chapter was a really big deal. And I launched into this new space of full-time entrepreneurship. I started plugging myself into new communities, hired a new coach, started working with people I really looked up to. And that is something that's huge. Like, it took a lot of, I spent so much time stressing about that decision. So to finally pull the trigger on that, make that move and jump into some of the unknown, like, yeah, I took a minute to celebrate. So whatever you have accomplished this year, I want you to take a minute and just grasp how much energy and faith that took to step forward. This year, that was a big goal and obviously a big shift in my life, but there were also some other things that maybe didn't have like the same level of volume, but they were still really wonderful. So one of my other goals was to paint. Now, please, I am by no means an artist, but I would like to be. And the only way I'm going to get there is to start painting. So I actually started, and I use the word paint loosely because I started doing paint by the numbers. But you know what? I did a few of those and they were really fun. And they required me sitting and being still for quite a few hours and staying committed to a project for several sit-down sessions, which is that may sound simple, but for my brain, that's actually a big challenge. So I took a minute to look at both the big and these seemingly little things and celebrate them. So whatever it is that you have accomplished, I really want you to take a minute and appreciate what you've done thus far. Because when we're living life and we set these big audacious goals, the reality is we're just goal setters in general. So we are always going to have another big audacious goal to chase. We're ambitious girls. We have to celebrate the wins along the way. Otherwise, we don't ever feel the benefits of reaching these goals. So that was step number one, was actually taking a minute to go, you know what? I am really proud of this. This felt really good. Thank you, God, for opening this door, for giving me the endurance, the support I needed to make it through that goal and be where I am today. So take a minute and do that before you do anything else. Now, on the flip side, I also wanted to look at some of the goals that I maybe hadn't quite gotten around to or that had gotten pushed to the back burner. One of my goals is I want to be able to walk across the floor on my hands by the time I turn 40. I turn 40 next year. And I don't know, I think it's like a way for me to stay connected to play in my body. And I really want to be able to do handstand walks. Now, I have been working on this very intermittently. And by that, I mean like whenever I randomly think about it at the gym and have extra time, which is probably once a month, if that. And so I haven't made any progress on this. So I decided that I was going to get some help. I signed up with a trainer. I committed to 12 weeks of working on my upper body and core strength with somebody who knows about this more than I do so that I can continue to work towards that goal. Because the record shows, based on this last, 9 months, I need some accountability in that area, and I also need some extra education. So when you're looking at some of the goals that you haven't yet quite reached, instead of beating yourself up, I just want you to get curious. Like, do I need more support? Do I need accountability? Do I need to reach out to someone that maybe has expert insight on this topic to help me actually move forward and feel like I'm making progress? I love doing this with folks who are stuck in their nutrition. And with nutrition, it's so ironic. Nutrition is something we all need to know. We all eat every day. Hopefully, if you're not, that's a different story. We need to talk. But nutrition is the one thing that we're all expected to know, but we are never taught. Unless you became a dietitian or you have a nutrition certification, chances are you got a week in health class in high school, if you're lucky. In college, maybe you got a day in some anatomy class, I don't know. And depending on your teacher, you may have gotten really great or really not helpful information. But you guys, I have so many, actually, this is interesting. I had this massive influx of physician clients this year, which was really cool. But one of the things that broke my heart about them is they were all saying the same thing. They all said, I'm a doctor and I'm expected to know everything. I was never taught about nutrition. So I share that because I think so many of you probably feel a little of that, or you can relate to that almost embarrassment where it's like, I don't even really know where to start. I feel like I should know. Information's everywhere. Guys, there's a reason dietitians have to go to school for 4 years to get a degree and then get a master's degree and then pass a board examination and then continue to maintain continuing education credits every 5 years. Because it's hard. The science is ever evolving. We have to filter it through our own genetics, our story, our capacity. This is not easy. I always compare it to that of an accountant and, navigating taxes and money and the stock market. That's not something I just intuitively know. Now, I've learned a lot working with an accountant, but I had to reach out to someone who knows more than I do to really make that shift. So as you're looking at these goals, what do you need to do and what resources do you need to pull in to make that happen? And if nutrition is one of them, I have some great news for you. Let's help you. Let's get it started. So actually, a part of this fall refresh is that we are offering the 30-day Empowered Eating Bootcamp at a discounted price just through the end of September. And this is so cool. So this 30-day bootcamp is the first steps you need to take to set you up and get you rolling on your empowered eating journey by getting your environment ready. I'm a huge believer that you are a product of your environment. So if I walk into my office and I've got papers everywhere, I have trash on the floor, my shoes are kicked off from yesterday, and maybe, the shoes from today are also coming off, stuff is everywhere, my brain feels more cluttered and I'm not able to be creative and think of things that I want to put out in the world and meet my clients with the level they deserve. So one of the disciplines I have is maintaining a clean office before I start working. And that might happen at the beginning of the day or the end of the day. And then every once in a while doing a big clean out. That helps me be the best dietitian I can be. Now, I don't think it's any different for our pantry. I have so many folks that get frustrated with themselves because they're like, I don't eat the right snacks, or I never know what to make for lunch. But then when I ask them to take me into their kitchen, they walk their computer in their kitchen and they show me what they have. I'm going, well, yeah, who wants to open this cabinet? It feels overwhelming because we don't know where anything is. We have food in there that's expired. We don't have any of the new snacks that you're trying to work on in your pantry or your kitchen. Guys, it sounds so simple. It's not easy, but it is something that we can simply fix by setting our environment up for success. So this 30-day boot camp, what it is it's 4 weeks of getting your environment in shape. So week 1 is a pantry protocol. So it actually gets you in your kitchen and cleans everything out and guides you as to what to put in your pantry so you have a stacked kitchen. And then I also go over supplements. So I have a supplement stack survey where you put your information in, letting me know which supplements you take, which ones you might be interested in taking, and then I'll send you a personalized recommendation. So I have eyes on what you're supplementing with and then what we need to actually add to your pantry. Week 2 is where it gets super fun. In week 2, we are looking at your closet. I am a big believer in no matter what your goal is with your body, whether you're working on maintaining, strengthening, losing, whatever it is, you are in your body right now, girl, and your body deserves the most awesome feeling clothes as it is now. And when we take care of our body and we meet ourselves where we're at, it allows us to have more confidence, have more energy to actually care for it and reach for some of these goals that we're trying to reach towards the end of the year. So this is awesome, guys. In this 30-day boot camp, you actually get a free 30-minute closet refresh with Nicole Russo, the stylist I had mentioned earlier. We're going to pull her on in the show here in just a minute, but I just had to let you guys know that she is offering that just through the month of September. So anyone that signs up for the boot camp by the end of September gets that free 30-minute closet refresh, which I actually did with her. Ooh, I'm so excited to tell you about it. We're going to dive into that in just a second. Let me finish walking you through what's in the boot camp, and then we'll talk about Nicole's closet refresh because super fun. Okay, in week 3, we actually move into menu planning, and this is where I recently did a fall refresh. One of the things that happened over the summer is that we just got really busy. I mean, if you guys follow the show, you know I camp. I love to camp. We camp a lot over the summer, but that really throws our schedule. It was also exceptionally hot at the end of August here in New Mexico, and so I didn't want to cook anything. I mean, I was living on poke bowls and smoothie bowls for the last probably month. But now the weather has shifted. And so again, looking at some of these goals, my walk on my hands goal, this is going to require being paired with productive nutrition. So one of the things I do for my clients is that I create these frameworks, and I love making these because we can tailor them totally dependent on what your goal is and how comfortable you are with different targets. Like I have some folks that say, give me everything. Like I want calories and macros, and they have a really healthy relationship with food. So this is really just science to them. It's so fun. But then I have other folks that go, I get a little overwhelmed with calories. Let's just stick to some like fiber and protein targets. So anyways, we create this framework. Well, I've been creating so many of them. I was like, I'm going to create one for myself. Let's do it. So I set one up for myself, and I've been following it for about a week now. Whew, it's so funny, guys. Like I talk about this all day long, but then I'm so humbly reminded of how impactful nutrition is when I do things like this. So I feel amazing. I moved my supplements around because I'm trying to walk on my hands. It sounds so funny. Just saying it makes me laugh. Because I'm trying to be a clown and walk on my hands, I'm going to need extra strength in my upper body. So I'm really focusing on building some strength. So I added some casein supplement in the evening, which is specifically designed to be digested slowly so that you can build muscle while you sleep. I mean, woo, sign me up for that. So I got that set up, worked on my snacks. Then I thought, you know what? I need some fall recipes in here. I need some pumpkin chili. I need some pumpkin bread. I need all the pumpkin things. So inside this boot camp that I put together for you guys, I actually added a pumpkin or fall menu to match some of the things we're working on there. There are already 4 weeks of high protein, high performance menus and recipes for you. But I had to add a little fall in there because I just love it. It was so fun to do. I wanted to share it with you guys. So that's actually what we do in week 3 in the boot camp. And then week 4 is the accountability piece where you actually meet with me for 30 minutes one-on-one to talk about how it went and what questions you might have and what we can do to move forward. So I'm sharing all this because I loved this fall refresh. I have walked through it personally, and I can tell you I feel energized, I feel excited, and I am so excited because my closet is refreshed with some of these fall trends. I mean, leopard is back. Leopard is my favorite color. So you better believe I've got the pants, the shoes, and even a fur leopard jacket, which I actually have had this. I've saved it because leopard has now gone in and out of style several times, so I know to keep it. But this in particular fur leopard jacket makes me so happy. My husband hates it. He always jokes, he's like, when you wear that, babe, can you please not walk next to me? He makes me laugh. So then I, of course, like lay on the PDA thick when I'm wearing it. And we just have a good time bantering. Okay, so I want to dive into the fashion portion of this episode as we move into Nicole Russo and I's chat. What I did with Nicole is she actually did this 30-minute closet refresh with me before we recorded this tidbit. This closet consultation is available to you guys totally free once you sign up for that 30-day boot camp. But I wanted you guys to get firsthand what this experience is like. So I did this with Nicole a few weeks ago, and we recorded this right after our closet refresh. So here's a little insight of what you're getting when you meet with Nicole. Oh my gosh, Nicole. Okay, we just finished my rapid refresh, and I feel both refreshed and very excited to go fall shopping.
Yay! Yay! Well, that's
Yeah.
the whole point. It's designed to give you inspiration about and knowledge and tools about what the next steps are so you can overcome that hurdle, like that you feel is plaguing you when it comes to getting dressed or how to move forward in advancing your style. Because it empowers you to understand and have a plan. And that's really important to make change.
Totally. And it should be fun. And I think I talked about this with you the last time we chatted, and taking care and dressing your body that you're currently is so powerful. Like whatever your goals are, if you're working on getting in better shape or losing some weight or gaining some muscle, like it doesn't matter. You're still in this present body. And so I really believe in dressing that present body in fun, exciting ways that make you feel good. And so this is something I have taken to heart, and like it's truly my like hobby. When I have nothing to do on a Friday night, if you were to ask like what do you want to do, Jess? Like I want to play in my closet and play dress up. It's just something about
Oh,
me. But I will say I get stuck. And what's so cool about this rapid refresh that you just walked me through is I didn't even know where I was stuck. Like you asked me that at first. You said, what are you feeling like you get hung up on? And I'm like, I don't know. Let me think about it. And it was funny, like as we talked, I realized where I was getting stuck. Whereas, like initially, when you asked me that question, I wasn't quite sure. But as we actually got in the closet, so much was revealed.
yes, exactly. And, we as a society are so indoctrinated into thinking that this should be easy, that this is like all you have to do is buy stuff and suddenly you feel great and you're going to have like awesome personal style. And we all know that that's not true for most people, or at least some of you, out there. And I understand that, like, just like anything, when you get into the technical stuff, when you get into the science, when you get into breaking it down and systematizing it, you can actually come up with a way to solve it. You can come up with a plan, and then you can eliminate the problem, whatever that problem is. And sometimes simply asking yourself the right questions is a great way to begin, because you'll be like, well, I remember for you, one of the things was like how to pair pants with shoes, but then we realized you really have like no shoes that you find that interesting. Like you have like I was like, well, no wonder you can't pair your pants with
You
your
don't
shoes,
have
because you have
shoes
like
to
four,
wear.
you have like three pairs you like. So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And then how did it feel when that was revealed to you? Like, what did it feel like to suddenly have that realization?
Well, I think it gave me direction. Like I shared with you when we were
Mm-hmm.
talking, when I go shopping, I'm looking for the same thing. I'm looking for a new black t-shirt in a different cut because, that's just what I like. But then not really going to like I don't go to the belt section. I don't remember the last time I shopped for a belt. Like that belt I showed you, I think I bought for like $5 at Marshall's 10 years ago. And it's great, but I don't have anything else. And so yeah, I think it gave me direction and permission to like play in the shoe section. and think about how I might pair that with what I already have and my favorite black t-shirts, that some of those fun poppy shoes are actually what I'm looking for.
Yeah, because like I also, this may not be true for you, but I find that a lot of times when those answers are revealed for people, it takes the responsibility off of the person. Like it's not, you're not the problem. You literally just don't have shoes. This is like
Yeah.
being mad you have bland chicken, but there's no salt in the house. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, it's not going to be that good if it's not seasoned, right?
Right.
So, and your wardrobe's the same way. Like, oftentimes, like, we blame ourselves, like, with the frustration, our bodies, like our budgets, like, and like a lot of times, those are not the reason you're being held back. It's just you don't have the knowledge or the tools or
Well,
aren't asking the right questions.
and I think it's the right questions piece, because that's really what happened is you started asking me these questions, and as I thought through the answers, it brought me to the right questions. So, going into this, I didn't even know exactly what I was looking for. All I know is I like clothes and I wanted to learn more. But as you walked me through it, we got to the right questions, which then gave me direction. And I love how you say, like, oh, the person and the body's not the problem. And I think that's so often where women they go to, like, oh, if only my body looked different, if only I had, didn't have this baby weight, or if only I had more muscle, this would look different. When in reality, it might just be we have the wrong pieces of clothing in our, or not even the wrong pieces, we're missing some of the right pieces.
I don't think that anybody has to dress any kind of way to feel good about themselves. It's just about tapping into yourself and knowing what those answers are. And
Mhm.
it can really change your life.
It absolutely can. Well, I'm so excited for you to start changing more lives. And so we're going to be featuring you inside the 30-day boot camp this month, where you're going to have a quick clip for the folks that join. And then you're offering something super special to folks, which is what we just did. But can you walk folks through what this rapid refresh is and what they will be getting for free inside the 30-day boot camp?
Yeah, so the rapid refresh is actually, fun fact, a paid service that people can virtually sign up for. However, I am offering a 30-minute version of it as a complimentary bonus to people that come into the program. And I think that it is a great way to support you while you're making other changes in your life to feel really great in your body, feeling great in your everyday, and give yourself um, a trampoline bounce to the next level of whatever, and you can hurdle whatever's holding you back. So you can bring any question to start off with to the session that you feel is constantly plaguing you. It could be, what should I get rid of? How do I know if these items fit? It can be, how can I elevate everyday casual outfits so I don't feel boring?
Hmm?
But it's truly customizable and it's truly, truly impactful. So I hope to see as many people there as I can. I'm
And
excited.
let me just like throw this out there for any of you listening that are like, well, I don't know. I mean, it sounds interesting. Do I need it? Yes. Isn't that just incredible? No joke, she has changed my life with belts and shoes. I went shopping that afternoon and my husband was hunting. And so I always joke, when he hunts, I pull out the credit card and he just can't even get mad at me because he's been gone. And oh my gosh, I got some killer belts at Nordstrom's Rack. I got some gold cowboy boots, some leopard boots. Still on the hunt for some red boots because those are going to go great with my leopard pants. But I am feeling spicy going into fall. Not only do I feel like I've taken care of my body in a new way because it feels great when I walk out of the house, I have also equipped my kitchen with new, fun, exciting, interesting foods so that I'm excited to be in there. I'm excited to feed and fuel my body so that I can continue working towards some of these goals. Now, friend, I want to invite you into this boot camp. It is on sale through the end of the month. You'll also get that free consultation with Nicole, but that's only going to be available through the end of September. As a part of this boot camp, I do review your supplements and you meet with me for 30 minutes at the end just for that accountability piece. I'm really excited for you to feel this fall refresh. It's amazing and it's one that I know you won't regret. I mean, let's just take a minute. I want you to picture this. It is New Year's Eve of 2023. You're with your friends, your family, whoever you like to be with at New Year's Eve, but you are looking back at 2023 and you have this like big sigh of relief and you go, you know what? I am really proud of myself. I did as much as I could possibly do in working towards my goals, and I'm entering into 2025 feeling stronger, more confident, more ready than I ever have before. With every year I get older, I don't get weaker, I get wiser. I become stronger, and I am entering into the next year with strength, excitement, and enthusiasm. Doesn't that sound amazing, my friend? We are going to get you there with this 30-day boot camp and this fall refresh, and I cannot wait to see what you are going to accomplish as you get your health in a space where your health is your platform to release your awesome into the world. It's pretty amazing what energetic, healthy, and optimistic, future-focused women can do. And I know you're one of them because you're here. Keep me posted, okay, sweet friend? You can find out more about that 30-day boot camp in the show notes. You can find the links to previous episodes and how to connect with Nicole Russo also in the notes. Don't forget that boot camp is on sale through the end of September. The price is already adjusted for you. No code necessary. And Nicole's free 30-minute closet refresh is only available to those who join the boot camp before the end of September. Sister, I'm so glad you've been here today. I hope you have a beautiful, hopefully fall kind of day. I will see you next time. Cheers and happy eating. I'm so glad you were here today. Let's do yourself a favor and write down at least one actionable item that you can take away from today's episode to start fueling your awesome. Here on the show, we scratch the surface of empowered eating, but if you're looking to dive in deeper, I would love to help you out with that. Head over to jessbrownrd.com. You can check out my free Empowered Eating Workshop. You can take a free quiz to see if your eating style aligns with your values, or better yet, book a discovery call with me to learn more about how to further your empowered eating journey. I cannot wait to be in your ear again, cheering you on along the way. Until then, cheers and happy eating.